Station X and Y are connected by two separate straight parallel rail lines that are 250 miles long. So it's always a suggestion that we should draw the figure if that's possible. So we have 250 miles long rail track. These are two parallel rail track on which X and Y trains are running. Train station X and R are connected. Train P and train Q simultaneously left station X and station Y respectively. So P starts from X, whereas Q starts from station Y, and each train traveled to the other's point of departure. That means they're traveling towards each other in the opposite direction. That means it's a simple case of relative speed. We understand the two trains passed each other after traveling for 2 hours. So after a certain amount of hours, they must have crossed each other here. So let's assume that this point is representing the crossing point. So here they are crossing each other, and 2 hours is what they are taking to cross each other. When the two trains passed, which train was nearer to its destination? Then we can answer this question simply by knowing the speeds, because the train that will have greater speed will definitely travel the greater amount of distance, and that's what the question is asking, that which train was nearer to its destination. That means which train traveled greater distance, right? Which train traveled more distance than other till the meeting point. That's especially to be mentioned, till the meeting point or the crossing point. Now, so let's start looking at these statements now. The first statement says that at the time when the two trains passed, P had averaged a speed of 70 miles per hour. At the time when the two trains passed, that means till this point, the average speed of P was 70 miles per hour. And we know that the two trains crossed each other after 2 hours. That means the distance that P must have traveled must have been equal to 70 multiplied by 2. That is equal to 140 miles. And what is the distance then traveled by Q? Because the total distance traveled by P and Q together should be equal to 250 if they are crossing at some point. So the distance of Q should be equal to 250 minus 140, that means 110 miles. So of course, P was closer to its destination than Q. Q was still 140 miles away and P was only 110 miles away. So the distance traveled by P is greater than distance traveled by Q, and hence the first statement is clearly sufficient to answer the question, leaving us with only two choices, option A and option D. Now let's go to the second statement. The second statement is that train Q averaged a speed of 55 miles per hour for the entire trip. Alright, now this statement is clearly not sufficient. The reason is the statement is talking about the entire trip average speed. Now maybe Q averaged the speed till X at 55, but till the meeting point it may have the speed even equal to maybe 100, and maybe the remaining distance is traveled at a very slow speed which brought its average speed to 55 miles per hour. That is one of the possibilities. And maybe it continued to travel the entire distance at a speed of 55. So in one case, in case 1, where we are assuming that its speed till the meeting point could have been 100, it definitely would have traveled more distance, because at a speed of 100 in 2 hours, it will travel 200 distance. While at a lower speed, that means if it averages the speed of 55 over the entire journey at every single point, then it must have traveled only 110 miles in 2 hours. So the second statement is not sufficient, because we do not know what was the average speed of Q till the time the two trains crossed each other. So not sufficient, D option is out. So we are left with only one option, A, which means the statement 1 alone is sufficient, but statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Thank you so much for watching this video.